I'm Emily Smith and I direct the Publishing Laboratory here in the Department of Creative Writing at UNC Wilmington. Lookout Books is one of the centerpieces of our publishing laboratory. So it's an in-house book imprint, meaning that it is a publishing house our students get to work on, and I am the founder of that. It came online in 2009, and I'm also the publisher of the imprint. Lookout Books is an in-house publishing imprint. So the University of North Carolina Wilmington, within the Department of Creative Writing, has a chance for our students to learn all the facets that make up a publishing house. So they're part of our editorial and acquisitions team. They helped with book design, with layout. They're part of marketing and promoting our books. They're part of the editorial process, fact-checking, proofing, and then also putting together author tours. As a nonprofit, we are eligible for grant funding, in particular from the National Endowment for the Arts, the North Carolina Arts Council. There's an organization called South Arts that's a conglomerate of the southern states and performing arts grants. So being able to apply for those usually means that our authors can go beyond a traditional reading tour. So they're not just visiting libraries or bookstores. They're often going into under-resourced schools. They're hosting special writing workshops for older adults, for populations with disabilities. So one of the things that Lookout has been really involved in is making sure that our audiences, or that our authors have a wider reach. Because we don't answer to shareholders or stockholders, we're able to acquire the books that we feel like best suit our mission. So we are primarily looking to publish authors who are historically underrepresented in publishing, so authors who, because of the subject matter of their writing, because of who they are as writers or their backgrounds, just aren't as likely to have a national mainstream audience. We fall less to the economic pressures and more to our artistic, our aesthetic. So that's really our primary focus, is selecting authors and books. Sometimes they're story collections or essay collections or poetry. First books for authors, it sometimes makes it harder for them to find a publishing house. And we do a great job of trying to build an audience for those people and help them build a platform so that if we're successful, a lot of times it means we lose our authors. They go on to a bigger publishing house if we've successfully made a bigger name for them. But we take pride in launching authors and sort of filling a niche in the larger publishing industry, a missing component for those big five houses, and even some of our independent peers who are much larger than Lookout Books. It's always so rewarding to see your authors reach a national audience. I think that writing can be isolating. You know, it's something that you do by yourself, but publishing a book is never isolating. It's about the book realizing itself in the imagination of a reader. So I think that we want to help authors find their audience, and we do that through beautiful design, we do that through meticulous editorial, we do that through building compelling and really thoughtful marketing and publicity campaigns for our authors. You know, there's nothing more exciting than seeing one of your author's books reviewed in the New York Times or covered in Oprah magazine, and then for our authors to win national awards that really honor their creative contributions, whether that's the National Book Award or the Penn Bingham Prize for debut fiction. Edith Perlman's new and selected Binocular Vision. Our most recent book that you were looking at earlier is We Show What We Have Learned by Claire Beams. That's her debut story collection. Poetry by John Rybicki, or our anthologies. A Story to Zion is all short stories, and we have one coming out in the fall of 2018 called Trespass, and it's all essays by women and femme-identifying authors that are sort of expanding the boundaries of place-based and environmental writing. This is our in-house literary magazine, Ecotone. It comes out twice a year, and because Lookout is so small and we really aren't able to open submissions to hundreds of manuscripts, we generally get to know an author through the pages of Ecotone. Oh yes, we're always accepting donations, but the biggest way you can support us is by buying our books. So look for Lookout Books out there in the world.